Hello, everybody. It's me, Ross, and I'm joined today by Liam as we bring you the ultimate League One table predictions. It's that time of the season, getting ready for the big kickoff. And I thought I'll get Liam to take the power, have the power, and decide who will finish where in League One. Get involved in the comments down below, your thoughts on Liam's choices, and also let us know your choices as well. 1 to 24, who's going to go where? Let's start off then, Liam, with the teams that are going to get relegated. Sorry in advance to any fans watching this from these teams. But Liam, take it away. Of course, League One, 4 teams get relegated. Over to you.
It is a tough one, but I think the bottom 2 are going to be 2 of the promoted sides. I think Morecambe and Cheltenham might struggle a little bit, especially Morecambe being the first time at this level. With the slight upheaval that they've had since winning the playoff, with change of manager, and they've brought in a lot of new players as well. We'll wait and see. Town's first opponents on Saturday, so I could be completely wrong, and they're going away from Portman Road with 3 points. Well, hope not. But I think over the course of the season, I think those 2 will struggle. Then I'm going for 2 League One sides who survived. I think Wimbledon will perish this time. I think the loss of Joe Pigott is going to be huge for them. Lack of goals. And someone's going to have to take that burden. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see if they do. But I think they'll struggle. And I think Shrewsbury might just go down. They were pretty unspectacular last season. They were not going down, but they were in that lower half of the table. I just think they may get sucked this season into it. And then from there, I think Cambridge, I'm plumping for Cambridge just to survive. I think they may just have enough to survive. And then there's probably a few eye-catching ones. I've got Accrington right down in 18th after a good season last season. It is difficult with the mid-table teams and the teams who are going to finish outside the playoffs because there's so many teams that are pretty similar. So it was hard to juggle them all in. But I just think Accrington, they had a great season last season. I just don't think they'll replicate it. I don't think they'll go down, but I think they won't replicate it this season, especially with fans back in grounds now. I don't think that they will do as well on the road as they did last season. Fleetwood, I think, will finish where they finished last season. I'm going to say my boys Crew are going to finish in that lower half. The Vultures are circling around the best players, which is usually what happens. So I think they would be happy with that lower mid-table. Plymouth, Gillingham in that area as well. I would have had MK Dons maybe a bit higher, but I think now that they're going to have a change of manager, I just think they're going to be mid-table again. Lower to mid-table. I just don't see them really getting up there, although they have made a few decent eye-catching signings. Burton came out with a team last season in that second half under Hasselbank. But I just think over the course of the whole season, I think they'll just finish mid-table. I don't think they'll get in. It was a tough one. I thought about them maybe getting towards the playoffs, but there's so many teams of quality further up. Bolton, I think, will finish mid-table. Obviously, just come up. I don't think they'll get involved in the playoffs and be involved in a straight second promotion. But I think they'll be comfortable mid-table and look to build, which I think is exactly what their guy said on the League One lowdown that you did. I think they would be perfectly happy with that. And then Lincoln, just to finish outside the top 10, I think that's where they're going to finish. They had a great season last season. I think they, again, though, teams with bigger budgets, it's just there will be a surprise. There always is a surprise team who get up there. I just don't think Lincoln, and the thing was, Lincoln finished about 10th or 11th the season before when it got curtailed. So I think they will revert to that. And then we move back in. Then we move into the top 10, basically. I think Donny will sit in that 10th place. I think again they'll be pushing for the playoffs, but will be in that queue outside again. I think Wycombe will be there. I don't think they'll have the heroics of 2 years ago, even though they are one of the Championship relegated sides. I think League One is their level naturally, but Gareth Ainsworth, they might do something. And then I've gone for Pompey and Sheffield Wednesday to miss out. I just think that Pompey, they're going to be tough to beat under the Cowleys, but the Cowleys don't play at that expansive a game. And Portsmouth are quite a fickle fan support, I think. And if they don't play well, then you need to get results. And if they aren't consistent, then I don't think the Cowleys are going to have an easy ride of it. So I think they'll finish just outside. And then I've gone for Sheffield Wednesday because they come into it in an awful mess. Financially, they are just been ridiculously handled. I think Darren Moore did an absolutely fantastic job just to have them in play on the last day to stay up. But I just think they're at the start of their journey. There's got to be a lot of stuff off the pitch, I think, to work at Hillsborough. And so I think they will spend another year in League One for me, which then leads us on to then the top six.
Here we go.
And if you want, do you want me to do it in reverse, or shall I go for who I think will win and then go down the order? Do you think?
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I'll quickly stop you there. Let's quickly just run down the positions once again. So Morecambe, Cheltenham, Wimbledon, and Shrewsbury are going to go down. Cambridge in 20th, Fleetwood in 19th, Accrington in 18th, Crewe, your boys, in 17th. Plymouth, Gillingham, MK Dons, Burton, Bolton, and Lincoln in the top half, if you would say, the middle half. And then, as you said, Doncaster, Wycombe, Pompey, Sheffield Wednesday to miss out in the playoffs. I think that's pretty fair. Once again, let us know in the comments if you disagree with any of those. I'm sure you're going to maybe disagree or agree with Liam's top six. So, Liam, take it away. Of course, I know it already. I've got it in front of me. You've shown me. But I'm intrigued what the listeners and viewers will think of this. So, take it away.
Well, I may as well start from the top and go for the teams who are going to go up. I'm going to prompt for Town. And look, I'll say it now. From today, I don't think Town will, at the moment, will win the league. But I think come near the end of the season, I think they will be there and thereabouts. And I just think under Paul Cook, he knows what he's doing. He will get more players in before the window shuts. So the first month, 2 months might be a little bit shaky getting the team together. But then I think from there, I think then that Town will be more settled throughout the season. And I think they will be there. And if they are there around Christmas, if they are right in the mix, then I think come January with the spending power that we can do, and we could add some more quality recruits, I think Town are in a great position to get promoted. I think it'll be tight, though. I don't think there'll be a runaway winner. I think there are so many teams. As I said, with the lower half, found it tough to place some of the teams in the lower half because there's so many teams of a similar quality. I think it's the same at the top. There are loads of teams in that top 10, and I've said a couple in Sheffield Wednesday and Pompey who are already outside of the playoffs, who are all really similar size football clubs and are all going to be in that mix. But I think Town will get it at the end. Although I wouldn't be adverse to Town not getting automatic and winning through the playoffs, because I think a day at Wembley would be fantastic. But obviously, a lot of people may not want that nerve-shredding moment, because there's massive risk of not getting up via that way. So winning the league, get it done and dusted. I'm going Wigan second, because they are financially stable now. They've looked very good in the market. They've brought some really impressive signings in. I think the question will be about Liam Richardson, about becoming a number one permanently now, whether he has that quality. But I just think with the squad that they've amassed, and they're in the same boat as Town, they need time to gel and kind of get it right. But I think if they're there and thereabouts, they will be up there to contend for the title in automatic. So I've got them two to go up. I think Sunderland will just miss out, but I think they will finish best of the rest. I think Lee Johnson is a really good appointment, and now that it's his first season fully in charge, full pre-season behind him, I think Sunderland will be better than what we've seen the last couple of seasons, when everyone expected them to run away with it and be back in the Championship already. So I think they'll finish third. Rotherham are always it's the perennial yo-yo club. They Championship, League One. They'll always be around there. Of course, they've lost Crooks, and look, they may not be as strong, but I still think they've got that now. So they're very physical and difficult to beat. So I think they'll definitely make the playoffs. The surprise team I've gone for is Oxford, because they've been consistent the last couple of seasons and have made the playoffs. They had a really slow start last season and then absolutely flew up the table. I just think they have they've been consistent the last few seasons. I just think they will be the one team that, away from the other big size, who might get in. And then I think Charlton will. They've been in the league now a couple of seasons, or one season, I think it is. Was it last season? Was their first season? So this will be their second, and they'll be able to be a bit more stable. They're a bit further on than the teams who have obviously been relegated this season, and will have been able to build something. And I just think that they will sneak into the playoffs at the end there. Which, if that's the case, then obviously it will end up with Sunderland playing Charlton and Rotherham playing Oxford in the playoffs. And for me, I think it'll be Rotherham and Sunderland going to Wembley. And then that's a really, really interesting tie. A really tight one, I think it'll be. But I'm going to stick my neck out and actually say that Sunderland will actually do it this season. But I'm pretty prepared to be burnt by that, because Sunderland have just been so poor compared to what everyone expected in the last two seasons. But I just think they've got new owners, they've got a new belief. Biggest stadium in the league, and you know, when their fans get behind them, that they are formidable at the Stadium of Light. So, and Lee Johnson's got a full season now to do something. I just think this could be the season that they finally do it, and I think it'll be a ding dong between the three. I think Town, Wigan, and Sunderland will be quite tight at the top, and whoever does drop into third, I think, is narrowly missing out by the finest of margins, maybe even on the last day. I just don't see anyone at the moment, and as I say, the window hasn't finished yet. I don't see anyone at the moment who looks like they would consistently walk away with it. And League One's been unpredictable the last two seasons, so I'm expecting this lineup that I've put together to be completely upside down potentially. Although I'm not saying Morecambe will win the league. But yeah, That's what I'm going for. There will be a few teams I think was hard to place, and maybe the likes of Burton, Lincoln, maybe even Accrington so far down in 18th may finish higher than what I've placed them. But I just think they're not going to be involved in the race this season.
Wow. So there we have it then. Liam stuck his neck out of line there and decided who will finish in League One this season. As he said, it's going to be so unpredictable. It's going to be the widest open league ever, the most competitive league you'll ever call it. I've been saying in the League One lowdown, check them out if you haven't already. It's Championship 2.0 because there's so many teams that are going to be fighting for the playoffs and fighting to survive as well. Let us know in the comments down below. You've seen it on the screen, the positions where Liam think each team are going to finish. He's gone for Town to win the league title. But of course, it could be a slow start. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But Liam, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me. As I said, let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on Liam's decisions there. And let us know your 1 to 24. I'm sure they're going to be very different by the end of the season. But we'll wait and see on that. So bye for now. And we'll see you in the next video.